Hello everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Gates channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit like for more daily drama updates and spoilers. Your support truly means a lot and helps our channel grow every day. Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of August 24 to 28 promise a week filled with suspicion, jealousy, secret connections, and the kind of campy drama that can turn everything upside down in an instant. The CBS Soap has released its latest preview video, and from the very first moments, it becomes clear that several characters are about to find themselves caught in situations they may not be prepared to handle. At the center of the tension is Andre Richardson, who appears to be walking an increasingly dangerous line as he continues hiding his connection with Heather Armstrong from Dani Dupree. At the same time, the possibility that Allison could somehow be out on the loose sends another wave of fear through the story, raising questions about what may happen next. As the promo unfolds, relationships begin to crack, suspicions grow stronger, and secrets seem to be closing in from every direction. By the time the preview reaches its final moments, Andre is left staring at a chilling message while Dani stands right beside him, completely unaware of just how much danger may be surrounding them. The promo opens at Uptown, where Catherine Cat Richardson and Chelsea Hamilton find themselves caught up in a tense conversation. Chelsea is visibly shaken as she insists that the strange calls she has been receiving are not some random coincidence, and the fear in her voice suggests that she already has an idea of what they could mean. She tells Kat that these calls are not simply weird occurrences and makes it clear that she knows something is happening behind the scenes. The uneasiness surrounding Chelsea immediately sets the tone for what follows, because there is a sense that someone or something may be reaching into their lives with a purpose. From there, the action shifts to the police station where Kat is seen with Jacob Hawthorne, and whatever she has learned appears to have frightened her deeply. With terror written across her face, Kat asks Jacob what could happen if Allison has escaped, suddenly turning a disturbing possibility into a threat that may be very real. That question hangs over the next sequence like a warning, because if Allison truly is out on the loose, the consequences could reach far beyond anyone's expectations. The promo does not immediately provide an answer, leaving viewers to wonder whether Kat's fears are based on something she has discovered or simply the terrifying possibility that Allison has somehow found a way out. The uncertainty makes the situation even more unsettling, especially because Kat appears genuinely frightened by what an escape could mean. The story then moves away from the police station and into a very different atmosphere at Orphe Jeans, where Kat is joined by Isaiah Hawthorne. For a brief moment, the mood seems lighter as the two laugh together, creating a rare glimpse of warmth amid all the chaos surrounding them. But that moment of comfort does not last long, because Eva Thomas soon walks in and immediately changes the entire emotional temperature of the scene. Eva wastes no time showing affection toward Isaiah, doing so right in front of Kat, as though she wants to make her presence and her relationship with Isaiah impossible to ignore. Kat's reaction says everything without needing to be explained, because her expression quickly turns annoyed as she watches the two interact. The tension is especially noticeable because Eva continues to struggle with jealousy over the friendship between Isaiah and Kat, and that jealousy could easily become a source of even greater conflict. What might otherwise be an innocent friendship has already become something Eva clearly feels threatened by, and her emotions seem to be getting harder for her to hide. As the scenes continue, the question becomes whether Eva's jealousy will eventually push the two women into an even more serious confrontation. With Kat already dealing with the frightening possibility of Allison's escape, the last thing she needs is another emotional battle developing around Isaiah. Meanwhile, the story shifts to Haley Hamilton, who is spending time with Randy Parker at Uptown, and their scene carries a completely different kind of danger. Haley appears almost excited as she talks about returning, expressing the hope that Bill Hamilton will have stopped breathing by the time she gets back. Her words are shocking, but the situation becomes even more complicated when the camera reveals Bill himself watching the pair from outside through a window. That single image changes the meaning of everything Haley has just said because Bill is close enough to potentially witness something that could make him suspicious. The question now becomes whether Bill will begin to believe that Haley and Randy are secretly involved in an affair. Even if he does not have the full picture yet, seeing them together and hearing or potentially discovering what Haley has been saying could plant a dangerous seed of doubt in his mind. From there, the promo moves into an even more explosive confrontation at the law firm, where Dani Dupree and Haley continue their bitter battle. Their conflict is no longer simply about disagreements or hurt feelings, because both women are fighting over something far more personal, their connection to Andre Richardson. Dani makes it clear that Haley could never understand what she and Andre share, because in Dani's eyes, their bond is rooted in genuine love. Her conviction reveals just how deeply she believes in the relationship she has with Andre, which makes the threat posed by Haley even more painful. But Haley has no intention of allowing Dani to romanticize the situation, and she fires back by pointing out that Dani is constantly sniffing around in her marriage and going after her man. The confrontation carries the weight of two women who believe they have a claim on the same man, and neither seems willing to step aside. While Dani and Haley clash, Andre finds himself facing a very different kind of pressure at the hospital, where he is with Ted Richardson in his office. The scene immediately raises the possibility that Andre may finally be forced to confront questions about whatever he has been hiding. Ted asks Andre whether he is in trouble, and considering everything unfolding around him, that question could not come at a more dangerous time. Andre has been trying to keep his connection with Heather hidden, but the walls around that secret are beginning to close in from every direction. If Ted senses that something is wrong, Andre may have to decide whether to reveal the truth or attempt to protect the secret for just a little longer. The uncertainty is what makes the moment so tense, because viewers know there is something Andre is not saying, even as the people around him begin to notice that he is carrying a burden. Then, as the promo approaches its final moments, Heather Armstrong appears standing in a doorway, and for the first time, the mystery surrounding her feels almost impossible to ignore. She looks happy and confident as she tells an unidentified person that she knew he would not be able to stay away. The statement immediately raises questions about who she is talking to and why she seems so certain that this person would eventually return to her. Given Andre's secret connection with Heather, the implication is difficult to overlook, especially when the very next sequence places Andre at Uptown with Dani. He is on his phone while Dani stands beside him, seemingly unaware of the storm that is gathering around the man she believes she understands. Andre's attention is fixed on a text message containing just two ominous words, tick-tock. The message appears to shake Andre, leaving him staring at his phone as though the countdown has suddenly become impossible to ignore. Dani calls out to him, but Andre seems distant and almost trapped inside his own thoughts, giving the impression that he has momentarily forgotten everything happening around him. The contrast is striking, because Dani is standing right beside him while remaining completely unaware of the secret that could eventually destroy their relationship. The ticking message suggests that someone is warning Andre that time is running out, and whoever is behind it may know far more about his hidden connection with Heather than Andre would like. What makes the moment even more unsettling is that Dani may be closer to discovering the truth than ever before, especially if Andre continues behaving strangely in front of her. With Heather seemingly waiting for him and an unknown force pressuring him through mysterious messages, Andre's carefully constructed double life is beginning to look dangerously unstable. As the week of August 24 unfolds, Beyond the Gates, spoilers strongly suggest that Andre is playing a dangerous game by keeping Heather a secret from Dani, and every new scene makes that secret harder to protect. Dani believes that what she and Andre share is powerful and rooted in love, but she may soon be forced to confront a reality that could completely change the way she sees him. Haley is already challenging her version of the truth. Eva is struggling with jealousy over Kat and Isaiah. Chelsea is frightened by mysterious calls, and Kat is terrified that Allison may have escaped. At the same time, Bill could be watching Haley and Randy closely, Ted is questioning whether Andre is in trouble, and Heather is making it clear that someone has returned to her. All of these separate pieces are moving toward the same dangerous point, where secrets, suspicion, jealousy, and betrayal could finally collide. The biggest question now is whether Andre will confess his connection to Heather before Dani discovers it herself. And if he waits too long, the ticking clock may finally run out. The tension surrounding Andre only becomes more intense as the week moves forward, because the danger is no longer simply about whether Dani might discover Heather's existence, it is about who else may already know the truth. That mysterious TikTok message feels less like a random warning and more like a deliberate countdown, as though someone is waiting for Andre to make a move before exposing everything. Andre's dazed reaction suggests that he understands exactly how serious the situation has become, yet he still has Dani standing beside him, trusting him without knowing what is happening on his phone. That creates an agonizing contrast between what Dani believes and what viewers can see unfolding right in front of them. Every second Andre spends keeping quiet gives the secret more power, while every strange reaction makes it more likely that Dani will begin asking questions of her own. The closer Andre gets to Heather, and the more pressure he faces from the unknown person behind the messages, the harder it becomes to imagine that he can keep both worlds separated for much longer. And then there is Heather, whose confidence in the doorway adds another layer of mystery to the entire situation. Her statement that she knew the person would not be able to stay away suggests that she understands Andre on a deeply personal level, and perhaps she knows exactly how to pull him back whenever he tries to distance himself. That makes her presence particularly dangerous for Dani, because this is not simply a forgotten connection suddenly resurfacing without warning. Heather appears to be expecting Andre, and Andre appears to be struggling with the consequences of returning to her. If Dani eventually catches Andre in a compromising moment with Heather, the emotional impact could be devastating, especially because Dani has just defended the depth of her relationship with him so passionately. The woman who believes their bond is rooted in love could suddenly be forced to confront evidence that Andre has been living a secret life behind her back. At the same time, Haley's conflict with Dani is unlikely to disappear quietly, because the two women are already locked in a battle where neither seems willing to surrender. Dani sees Haley as someone interfering with her relationship with Andre, while Haley believes Dani is the one invading her marriage and pursuing her husband. Their accusations are fueled by completely different versions of the same situation, and that makes their confrontation far more dangerous than a simple argument. Each woman believes she is defending something that belongs to her, which means there is little room for compromise. Haley's anger could also push her to look more closely at Andre's behavior, particularly if she senses that something is changing behind the scenes. And if Haley discovers another piece of Andre's secret before Dani does, she could gain information powerful enough to turn the entire situation in her favor. Meanwhile, Bill's quiet presence outside Uptown could become another problem waiting to explode. He has already seen Haley with Randy, and even though the preview does not reveal exactly what he thinks about the situation, the image of him watching from outside is enough to suggest that suspicion may be growing. Bill may begin connecting details that previously seemed insignificant, especially if Haley continues behaving differently around him. The more he watches, the more opportunities he may have to uncover something he was never supposed to see. Haley, meanwhile, appears completely focused on Randy and the possibility of getting away from Bill, which could make her less careful than she should be. In a story filled with secrets, sometimes the most dangerous person is not the one searching for the truth, but the one who happens to witness something at exactly the wrong moment. Elsewhere, Kat has her own growing list of problems, and the possibility of Allison escaping could turn everything upside down. Her frightened question to Jacob reveals that she is not treating the situation as an abstract possibility, because the thought of Allison being free clearly terrifies her. If Allison really has escaped, then everyone connected to that situation could suddenly find themselves vulnerable to whatever comes next. Kat is already emotionally unsettled, and the tension surrounding Isaiah and Eva only adds another burden to her shoulders. What should have been a simple moment between Kat and Isaiah at Orphe Jeans quickly became uncomfortable when Eva arrived and made her jealousy obvious. If Eva continues seeing Kat as a threat to her relationship with Isaiah, the conflict could grow much more personal, creating another emotional storm just as Kat is dealing with the possibility of Allison's return. Chelsea's mysterious calls also remain an important piece of the larger puzzle. Her insistence that the calls are not a strange coincidence suggests that she feels someone is deliberately trying to reach her, frighten her, or perhaps warn her about something. The fact that she turns to Kat with such certainty means this fear is not going away simply because the conversation ends. There is something behind those calls, and the promo deliberately leaves the identity and purpose of the caller hidden. That unanswered question adds another layer of suspense to the week. Because while Andre is receiving a chilling TikTok message, Chelsea is dealing with mysterious calls of her own. Whether those two mysteries are connected remains unclear, but the growing number of unexplained warnings makes it feel as though several characters are being pushed toward revelations they are not ready to face. And perhaps that is what makes this week so dangerous. Almost everyone seems to be standing on the edge of a discovery. Andre is trying to protect Heather's secret, while mysterious messages remind him that his time may be running out. Dani remains convinced that her love with Andre is genuine, unaware that the truth she fears may already be closer than she realizes. Haley is fighting for her marriage while simultaneously becoming involved in a situation with Randy that could expose her to Bill's suspicion. Kat is caught between fear over Allison and frustration over Eva's jealousy, while Chelsea continues searching for answers about the disturbing calls that refuse to feel accidental. Every storyline carries its own secret, but the atmosphere suggests that those secrets cannot remain buried forever. As the week continues, the question will not simply be whether Andre tells Dani about Heather, it will be whether Dani discovers the truth before Andre has the courage or opportunity to explain it himself. A confession from Andre would be painful, but at least it would give Dani the chance to hear the truth directly from the man she loves. Discovering him with Heather, however, could transform that heartbreak into something far more explosive, because it would leave Dani feeling betrayed and humiliated at the same time. The preview seems to deliberately tease that possibility without revealing exactly how far things will go, keeping the audience waiting for the moment when the secret finally breaks open. With Heather appearing confident, Andre looking increasingly shaken, and the mysterious TikTok message hanging over everything, the countdown has clearly begun. And when that clock finally reaches zero, Andre may discover that there is no longer anywhere left to hide.